feature race on day 2 is the Champion Chase. And will Willie Mullins end his hoodoo? Will he win his first ever Champion Chase with Cheltenham Persois? There is still a little bit of even money about. It is 7-1 Altior, 8-1 Nuba Negra, 10-1 Politolog, 12-1 Put the Kettle On, 14-1 First Flow, and 20-1 Bar. Now, for some reason, and I don't know why, Cheltenham Persois seems to divide opinion. There are people who do not believe in Cheltenham Persois, and they think he could be a bit of a fake, and they think he could get found out. So, Don, I'm going to come to you here first. Cheltenham Persois, the real deal or a fraud?
I don't think he's a fraud, David. No, he's very good. I suppose the one unknown is Cheltenham. We don't know how he's going to do at Cheltenham, but he's just got such a high cruising speed. It's hard to imagine that he won't come up the hill, or that he will. Like the argument is that just that maybe when they turn for home that he's going to be a weak finisher over the last 2 fences. Yeah, I know he got beaten by A Plus Tard last year over 2 miles 1 at Leopardstown, but that was his first round of the season, and he probably lacked for race fitness, whereas A Plus Tard had race fitness on his side. Yeah, and then because he had the 11th hour scare. Well, it wasn't an 11th hour scare, it was an 11th hour withdrawal literally on the morning of the race last year. So you're kind of thinking, oh, he's a bit fragile because he was off for a while before he made his debut for Willie Mullins. But no, I think he's, bar the fact that he hasn't done it at Cheltenham yet, which is a factor, especially when you're dealing with an even money or an odds-on shot. That's the only slight niggle in the back of your head. But look, he's of course he's the right favourite. Altior, he's 11 now. It's very hard for an 11-year-old. Moscow Flyer is the last horse of that ilk to win a Champion Chase. Before him, you have to go back to Sky Mass. And look, I know like Moscow Flyer was a freak. Altior is a bit of a freak himself, but it's against it. It's not the percentage call. Nuba Negra, like he's going to have to improve again. Like what he did at Kempton, he looked good, but he beat Altior, who just wasn't at his best. I think Put the Kettle On is the one who might be a little bit overpriced. Like she won the Arca last. She's 3 for 3 at Cheltenham over the Champion Chase course and distance, all on the old course, and she wasn't impressive in beating Duke de Genève in the Schlur Chase earlier this season, but that was on softer ground, and Aidan Coleman was just kind of nursing her around the whole way around the outside. I think on better ground over 2 miles, it looks like she's going to go here now as well, instead of to the Mayor's Chase, because 2 miles is her trip, not 2.5. And like a Cheltenham 2 miles, it just seems to suit her very well. And she won the Arkle last year. People argue it wasn't that strong an Arkle, but I think Fakir Dudaries is under it. And while he made a mistake at the second last fence, she was holding him the whole way to the line. So I just think that she's not a very fashionable horse anymore. People tend to think that she's not that good. She gets the £7 allowance back at Cheltenham on good ground over the course and distance, over which she's proven and so good. I think she could outrun her odds, but yeah, I think Cheltenham Persois will take a lot of beating.
Interesting there. Cheltenham Persois for Dom, but in each way shout for Put the Kettle On. Mikey.
Yeah.
Now, there's a chance. I don't know yet, but there's a chance I might need to borrow your stomach for a day. Is that all right? I'll tell you what I did. I did something awful stupid. Right? I do another show, right? And on the show, I said that if Altior won the Champion Chase, I would do the show topless. That I take off my shirt. Now, my stomach wouldn't be the best now. So I might need a loan of your 6-pack one day. Am I going to have to take off my shirt? Is Altior going to win the Champion Chase? Because I give him no chance.
Jennings, I'm worried for you.
Are you?
He's the top. There's only one key point to this race, and that is Altior. If not, Cheltenham Persois will win. But we just don't know what Nicky Henderson could do with Altior.
But he's slow, Mike. He's gone slow. He's gone awful slow.
Yeah, I know, but still, Nicky done it with Sprinter Sacre, and he's still so far ahead of a few horses in the past that he could run to 160, 2 or 3, and maybe could win it or something, Some horses light up around Cheltenham.
I know.
So, Jennings, get on the no carbs, no bread, potatoes, chips and burgers.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I just need to get on the letters. That's what I need.
You're all right too.
So you're genuinely giving him a chance, Altior, yeah?
Look, if Altior doesn't win, Cheltenham Persois will win. Don't worry about Cheltenham. The only thing I'm worried about is Cheltenham Persois is just unlucky over there.
Yeah.
He didn't make it the first year. Stonebru's the second year. I just wonder is the horse box,
is it fate?
the horse box going to get hijacked on the way over or something? But he'll win on the bridle, probably.
A few points there in Mikey's assessment of the champion chase. David Mullins, like, I'll be honest, right? You know the way we were working out today, I think there's 11 favourites at the Cheltenham Festival that are 2-1 or shorter, okay? So you have 11 horses. To me, Chacun Persois, out of all of them, is the biggest certainty, because I think the opposition is so poor to Chacun Persois. What do you think, David?
As Mikey said there, Nicky Henderson, Sprinter Sacre, you've seen it before. I know Altior's a year older, but this horse was the best horse around. Take out Faheen. I don't think we've seen anything as good since maybe Isterbrack's time.
But there was, I that's a fair point, David, but there was one very, very important word in that sentence, was.
Yeah, but it's hard. You can argue both points. I think that's the reason he's such a price. The reason I think a few people are split decisions or split between liking and not liking Chacun Persois is because he's a hard horse to train. He didn't reach the racetrack for Willie until he was 7. He missed Cheltenham last year with a stone bruise. Obviously a hard horse to get right. So he's obviously not impressive a few of the days he wins. But I think going to Cheltenham, I don't think Willie would be leaving him short. So I think that could have been the problem with a few of his less flashy wins. He is as good as everyone thinks. He's the apple of Paul Townend's eye, that's for sure. Anyway, he loves riding him. Cheltenham will not be a problem. It'll be a benefit to him because he's a small little horse. He's not massive, loads of scope, brilliant to jump, travels, does everything right. So Cheltenham will be ideal for Chacun Persois.
Okay, I'm a bit happier now after that. Diarmuid Nolan, are you taking on Chacun Persois, or are you including him in all your multiples?
Kind of neither. I think Chacun Persois could be £8 or £10 clear of everything. Like, I think that probably is the case, but sorry. I just don't like the fact that he hasn't raced at Cheltenham before. So I'm not exactly taking him on, but I'm just having an each way punt against him. Put the kettle on for every reason that Donn said. I just don't think she liked Leopardstown last time. She's improved tenfold. Like, if you look at her mare's chase runs before she goes to Cheltenham, like, she's just kicked on absolutely no end at all for just seeing that race course. Aidan Coleman gets on unbelievably well with her. So I think after Chacun Persois, because I can't give Altior a chance either at all. I just can't. I think his pace is gone. Like, I love the horse, but his pace is just gone. So after Chacun Persois, you can throw a blanket over them. And I think Put the Kettle On she might just manage to stay out in front long enough that it's only Chacun Persois who passes her.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so we're kind of behind Chacun Persois so far, Dean. Are you going to tell us that we should definitely be behind Chacun Persois?
No, the doubt is obviously the lack of Cheltenham experience, as has been said. But on terms of what we've seen, he'll win the race. Altior looks to not be the same horse, but it is Nicky Henderson. It is Altior. Everything you ever want, just go back and watch him dismiss this division for so long. If they can get more run out of him, he'd give Chacun Persois some race. The 2 years between them might be the difference, and that's just timing. But Altior at 7-1, he's a whopping price, and I think he'll run a huge race. Maybe Chacun Persois, being 9 years old, will just have the edge on the 11-year-old. But Altior, I think, will run huge, and 7-1 to me is a bet. So right. Get ready to lift a few weights, Dave.
It'll be press ups and sit ups and everything for the next couple of weeks for me. Okay, so that's the champion chase.